Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading of November 12th through the 18th, 2023. My name is Dawn. You're listening to Dawn Williams Tarot. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for finding your way to me. I hope that you will like and subscribe as that helps me grow. If you are returning, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming back. And today I am working with the archangels, so I will be pulling an archangel card for you. I do have a few messages that Spirit gave me before when I sat down to do my meditations as to how these were going to transition. And one of the things that we wanted to share was that we have our new moon on the 13th. That's the day that you make all of your manifestations, right? That you do your manifesting for the month, if I can talk. And the way that I do that, you can use whatever works best for you, but I have always taught this where you take a blank piece of paper, put your big, huge circle, all the stuff that you want to manifest in your life goes in the center, and all the stuff you're ready to release goes in the outside of the circle. And that exercise is actually really good because it really gives you a very good perspective. Now, some people will burn that sheet on the day of the new moon, letting those manifestations go up to the universe. My feeling is that the universe and your higher self, your spirit guides, the God of your heart, really knows your intent, but it is an exercise. So if you feel like you want to burn your page, you can. I keep mine, as this was the last one that I did prior to this coming one. So that's the day to do that. And then also on that day, that new moon is going to be in Scorpio. Scorpio is a big energy. Scorpio is all about transformation. And I can tell you from the readings that I've done that there is a lot of transformation happening for a lot of the signs. The only one that didn't really manifest in that way, I believe, was for Sagittarius and possibly Taurus. But that energy is prevalent because that new moon is actually the way that it is on the chart, the astrological chart for that day. It is in the sector of the financial axis. So financial axis, as most people are aware, like the stock market and the cryptos and all of the money system, all of that type of stuff, banking. Scorpio rules transformation, and it rules secrets and hidden things. So I feel as though there may be things that may come up about the banking sector or the financial sector this next week. Scorpio not only rules the transformation, but it also is about empowerment. It is about our spiritual gifts. It is about death and rebirth. It is about the secrets and the hidden side of society. I feel as though this next week, it could very well be that a lot more things will surface because it's not only just Scorpio, it's a double Scorpio. And I don't really know all of what that means because I'm not an astrologer. But I do know that when you have double of anything, it just means more intensity, right? So just keep that in mind. Your new moon is on the 13th. That's when you want to do your manifestations. And today, as I am working with the archangels, I am pulling an archangel card for you. I am also working on manifesting divine peace. So I am going to spray that here. This is an essential oils spray. It is created by a woman in the UK. Her name is Amanda Ellis. You can find her online. She does make all of these sprays for various things that you may be working on in your own life, but this one is created specifically for divine peace. So I'm just going to spray this so that this energy is infused in this reading. It just smells so good. And this is called the Archangel Metatron Sapphire Spray. It's divine peace energy. Okay. So when she creates these at different times of the year when she does these big batches of essential oil sprays, energetic sprays. I've been working with these now for about 6 years. I think I find them to be quite lovely. Okay, so now I'm going to pull a card from the Spirit Junkie, and it says, it's safe to ask for help. People want to support me. That's that card, Gemini. We'll see if anything surfaces in your reading about that. And then your Archangel is Archangel Mariel. And her message is manifest for the highest good, work with pure love. And look at her heart center is just all, so she's sending you those vibes. So the intention behind pulling a card for each of the different signs was so that if you find that you're struggling this next week, if things come up, and you want some assistance, you can always call on any archangel that you are aware of. But the thing about working with the angels is you have to ask them to come work with you. They will not interject. We are a free will society, right? Free will spirit. And the only way that you can get help from the higher realms is if you request that help to come in. It's very similar to when you pray to God and you ask God to, please give you patience and please give you, come in and really help you, really ground yourself and fill you with love and all those things. It's the same type of rule when you're working with the angels. Okay, so I've shuffled these cards a bunch of times. I'm going to shuffle them again so you can see I actually am shuffling. This deck is the Light Seers Tarot. It is one of my favorites. So what is for the best and highest? Ooh, I'm going to stick that back in there because we are not ready yet. For Gemini, for the week of November the 12th through the 18th, what do they need to know? What's coming in for them to be aware of? And for their best and their highest information. Okay, I'm doing a Celtic cross for you today. One more split. Okay. Oh, very nice. I'm putting all the cards out first. Wow, this looks really nice, Gemini. I need to do this. Cards are bigger. Okay, so you do have two major arcana cards. One is the very center of your reading. The other is as you go up the side. Knight of Swords. Do I see any swords? We don't have, I have the Nine of Swords. So you are represented here in this reading in terms of your suit. So I'm going to start off with the very center of your reading. This is representing you and your energy. This is your main focus. And this is Temperance. The card of Temperance has to do with, I don't know why, but I just got like this pain in my head real quick. So the Temperance card has to do with balance, and it has to do with patience. If you can see him, he does have this angel figure alighting him, right? And he's got this ball of dark and this ball of light on this side. And basically what this is all about balance. But this is also a card of patience. So this could be anything in your life that you're working on balancing, working on. Maybe you find that in your life, that you are just a workaholic, right? And everything else comes last. What this card is asking you to do, as this is the very main focus of your reading, is you really need to find ways to balance your playful side with your work side, or your home life with your work side, right? It's that type of a balance. Somewhere there is an imbalance in your energies or in your focus or what it is that you're working on or you're not working on. There's neglect of something. What I have been finding in these readings, specifically for this coming week, is the biggest message is in that balance energy, is that we're being asked to really do some self-care, right? Really focusing on those things that make us happy. There's a lot of stuff out there in the world right now that can really easily knock you out of balance, knock you off of your game. Especially if you like to do deep dives into what is happening on the planet. Like, all of there's just so much, right? So this is a major arcana card. This is energy. You will be working through this for some time. I would say at least till the end of the year. But most definitely, this is going to be very predominant for you for this next week. So kind of take that information in and see where it resonates with you. What is out of balance for you? What is it that you're not focusing on that you should be focusing on? Okay. So that's that energy. Now, the other interesting energy that is crossing you in terms of balance is the Two of Cups. Now, to me, this Two of Cups is as strong as the Lover's card. These are two individuals that are coming together, and there is a soul connection there. It's very much a deep, either a twin flame, a soul connection of some kind. And the thing that I want to share with you is, if you are not in a relationship and you are looking for one, it's a very high possibility that this will be coming in for you. However, I don't see any people cards here, so I'm not getting a sense as to what their sign may be. But you do have more cups. So cups are your water signs, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, than any other energies here. Okay. You do have two wands. And wands are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. You have one. So I think it's more the cups energy. So it's more of people that have a lot of feeling, that express themselves through their emotions, that could be coming in for you. But this could also represent partnerships. Let's say that you are going to be starting some type of a new business or a new job, or maybe you're going to start a new something online or something like that. And it looks as though you're going to have two people that are very like-minded in terms of that goal that will come together. So it could represent that. It could represent any type of a business that you'd be going into. So anything that requires some type of a partnership in order to move forward. And this partnership will be one of very deep love, and it's going to be quite different than anything that you have experienced before. The other thing about it is that this individual is going to potentially be quite different than anyone if this is a dating situation that you've dated before. So this is actually telling us that you may want to, I mean, if you are not currently in a relationship and you've been in multiple relationships before, you really might want to be able to open up the idea of dating someone quite different, because I feel as though it's two different energies coming together to blend as one. Okay, and that looks really beautiful. Okay, so your next card is what's on your mind. You do have this Five of Wands. This Five of Wands energy is sometimes about conflict. So it could be conflict that you're having of some kind. It could be, and if you look at it, it looks as though these individuals, they are working on the same project, but they're not working as a team. Okay. So it looks as though this is a card that is saying, and that just really just taps into this, doesn't it? Where this is saying it's safe for me to ask for help, right? It's safe for me to ask for help and people want to support me. So I feel as though there's something that you're working on alone, and you may very well be wanting to attain help of some kind, asking for help. The other thing about this card is this card, if you look at, these are all younger people, they're just kind of going off into their own directions, trying to attain an outcome, a positive outcome of some kind. And if they would work together, they would probably attain that much easier, because they would be, you know, accessing each other's ideas as to the best move forward. So, but the other thing about this card is that this is also a card of training. On the Rider-Waite deck, there are these 5 individuals, and they are all in this little group, and they're all banging their sticks together, right? They're learning how to utilize their tools in this training. So it could very well be that you may have some kind of training coming up for you for a job. Maybe you need to attain an additional skill set. So maybe your job is going to be sending you to school for certification of something so that you can get some type of an additional licensure or something along those lines. Or maybe you've decided that the skill set that you have isn't strong enough in this current workplace. So you decide to go back to school, or you decide to take up some additional things that will help you know, make your resume a little bit more robust. Okay. This could also say that there's conflict around you of some kind. So it could be, maybe you have conflict within your own house, or maybe you have conflict within your family, something like that. But what this is saying is that there is this potential for conflict. How you decide to work through those things will be your challenge for the week. And it doesn't even have to be a really big challenge. This is a minor arcana card, so it's not like this heavy hitter, right? That is going to just wallop you from out of nowhere. So what is supporting you is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is one of my favorite cards. This is about your spiritual tribe, or people that are the closest to you. This has to do with getting together with friends, or having some kind of I don't know, celebration of some type, where you get together for dinner, or you get together for, you know, movie and drinks, or whatever it is, some type of a social event that is going to be with people that you love. Could be your family. A lot of times when I get this card, it can be your family, but most of the time it's usually your close friends that you're going to get together and have a really good time with your close friends. So that sounds lovely as well. Your past position is the Ace of Cups. So this is a new opportunity that has to do with your heart, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a new relationship. It could very well be, so it could be a new relationship, because you also have the 2 here, right? This opportunity is coming in, but this is kind of a past. And maybe it is evolving into a relationship because you now have the two. This is more commitment. This was the introduction. This is the commitment, right? Or this has to do with maybe you have come upon something that has made you feel differently about yourself. This could be self-love as well, okay? The other thing that just came though is this can also be igniting the relationship between you, meaning the personality, the ego part of you that is in this body, right? The mind, the ego, all of that. And you're integrating with your higher self. This could be an integration of your higher self as well. So I wanted to throw that out there. Your next card has to do with what's coming in for you. And if you have been putting a wish out there of some kind, like you've been wanting something to manifest for yourself, a big dream, you've got the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is your, yes, this is your wish card right here, right in the center. Okay, so it looks really good. It looks as though something really positive is coming in. You've got this golden color here. So this is a gift from God or the gift from the universe, whatever the God of your heart, whatever that energy represents for you. So just be mindful that this is coming in. Nines also have to do with persevering. So please keep continuing because you're very close to your 10, which is attaining that beautiful feeling of, having attained all of your emotional goals. Okay. Your next card has to do, this is your long-term energy, which is the Hermit. Now, the Hermit card is a card of going within yourself. It's also a card. Now, normally, as you can see, this person is up on this hill right here, and there is a community that's down below. So this person has gone up on this hill and is shining its light, right? It's because this card is the card of wisdom. This is the card of wisdom. This is pulling in your inner wisdom. This is shining that light, sharing that wisdom with others. At the same time, this is also a card of going within to find your own answers. The Hermit card is a card of looking at things in a new way. This, I feel as though, is a very spiritual card. So it may very well be that you are going to really settle into some spiritual practices this week, that you're going to set aside the time to really go within yourself, really observe, discover, and really seek that inner wisdom within you. Okay. Your next card, which has to do with external influences, it looks as though you've got some kind of anxiety around you, mental anxiety, because this card right here is the card of not being able to sleep, right? So, and I will say that there was probably 3 or 4 other signs that have also gotten this card. This is not surprising to me. There's a lot of stuff happening on the planet. A lot of people are feeling very anxious. They're feeling very disruptive. They're feeling as though they have no direction. And I think the time that it really affects us the most is when we go to lay down to go to sleep. Part of that has to do with because many of us have such busy lives that what we will do is we will push those thoughts to the side until we are in a place of quiet or closure, which would be this Hermit card, right? I feel as though this Hermit card is telling you that if you go within, you may be able to resolve some of these issues, because the Hermit card is asking you to take a bird's eye view, looking at things from above instead of looking at things at the ground level, which really is more of an energy of being affected, right? Be affected by the things that are happening instead of taking that step back, protecting your space and looking at things objectively. So what Spirit always tells me with this card is, one, you need to change your perspective on whatever these issues are. One of the things you can do is, get yourself a little pad of paper. These are my notes from Spirit when I was doing my meditations for these readings. Get yourself a little pad of paper and a pen. Write down what those thoughts are before you go to bed, and then tell yourself, I've written down these thoughts so I can sleep, because my body needs rest so that I can recover and recuperate, which is what we do when we sleep. We regenerate our body, right? And I will pick up this list when I wake up in the morning. And I can tell you from personal experience, I've done this quite a few times. It does work for me. Maybe it's because I've trained my mind to think that way. It's like, okay, if this is like this stuff that's just, monkey brain, if I write those things down in my mind, because of that physical writing, I think what it does is it releases that, like, as though, you are going to forget what you were thinking about yesterday. Most of the time we don't, right? Especially if it's stuff that's keeping us awake. So that's kind of what this energy is here. Your next card happens to be the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man, and this is in your future feelings. So the Hanged Man is an energy of frustration. It is an energy of frustration. It's the energy of delay. It's as though Spirit says, wait, pump the brakes before you, go full tilt on something. We need you to really evaluate, re-look at something, look at something in a completely different way. This is a major arcana card. This is a card that is going to be there until whatever it is that Spirit feels that you have resolved to let you off of this Hanged Man position. So basically what it is it's asking you to look at things in a completely different way until you get this enlightenment, like this enlightened idea about something. So I'm not exactly sure what this is tying into, although I will say that whatever this energy is, Spirit is holding you back. I feel as though when Spirit comes in and blocks you in that way, that it really is a gift, because if you kept going, you could have just, fallen off a cliff or, some crazy thing. I don't know. But that's what this card is about. This card is about looking at things in a completely different way. Now, the other thing about this card is there is nothing you can do that is going to change this energy. This is slowing you down for a reason, right? So something needs to click into place before you're going to be released from this energy right here. And so it is going to be with you for a bit. One thing that's going to come in, though, is something new is going to inspire you. This is your final card. It could very well be. That's what sets you free from this energy right here. This is a seed of inspiration. This is a seed of passion. This is a seed of motivation. It could also be your intuition kicking in, right? You can see that it's affecting her third eye here. So it's inner wisdom that's coming in. I feel like it answers this question, whatever it is. The other thing is that you've got this as well. So I feel as though this right here is the main message, right? You have to go within to find your answers. And until you go within and find your answers, you're going to be delayed. But then once you do, this is what sets you free, is this energy right here, right? And then this is a new seed, new direction, a new path, a new concept, a new way to view things, right? And that is your final card for that energy. But it looks as though you do have love coming in. You do have a wish being fulfilled, right? You will go within to look at some answers for yourself and how, as things unfold this week, how they affect you. You might find yourself pulling away from others. You might find yourself pulling away from your family a little bit. Just let them know. You can communicate with them and just say, you know, I've got some things on my mind that I really need to work through. I'm sure they would respect your time to be able to view those things and give you that space that you need. Just, you know, reassure them that you still love them, right? Of course. But something is going to really stimulate you to really look at some things that you've been contemplating for a bit. And it looks like at the end, this new seed of opportunity will come in. Now, with that new seed of opportunity on the Rider-Waite deck, you have the hand of God reaching out with this wand in his hand, right? And basically what that is, it's a seed. It is an opportunity. It will come to you. But then you have to do something with that opportunity. You have to take that seed and you have to nurture it and bring it into fruition. So whatever that seed is going to mean for you, which it will be different for all of you, Gemini, that is kind of your, that is kind of the energy that you'll be working through this next week. Okay, so now I'm going to pull your last 5 main themes to wrap up your reading here. Your first card is the Ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. Okay, so, excuse me. That comes with this too. And this could very well be a wish fulfilled, right? Depend on who's making the wish. Okay, I need to drink the water. Excuse me, I got a tickle. Okay. Your next card is a mountain road. You are on the road to success, Gemini. That sounds fun. Scales. Keep your life in balance. Man, that is a confirmation of this card right here. Balance. Balance, patience. Just be patient. You do need to be patient because you've got to go within, right? And you do have this Hanged Man here, right? You have this Hanged Man. So that makes sense. That's all confirmation. Your next card is a Well. Family wishes come true. Okay. And then your last card is a Boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Okay, Gemini, that about wraps up your reading for this next week. Reminder that the new moon is on the 13th. Make and set your intentions for that week. And your angel, don't forget about your angel. You can work with this angel at any time, but if you find that you're struggling this next week, then you might want to tap into her energy. Mariel, M-A-R-I-E-L, Archangel Mariel. And she is about manifesting for the highest good and work with pure love. So I might want to ask you, if you do the sheet where you put all the good stuff in the center of your in your circle of manifestations, you might want to put peace, right? Divine peace in there. Okay, have a great week. Until next time, take very good care of you and remember self-care. Okay, take care.